you do want to close the distance. You do need to get into the back line. And really, Bro have this very teamfight focused composition with a lot of dive threats. And for Nong Shim, it kind of feels like their goal is just kind of stand there and hit you from a distance. Yeah, and honestly, I think Bro, bit of an edge in this draft. I feel like the priority on the Azir over the Talia here.
The amount of synergy is absolutely absurd moving into this Sunday's games. Let's dive into the Rift for game 1. Just because the fact that Bro do have that ability to engage, right? They've got the rel, they can just set up a wall and then smash you into it. Like, it's going to be really, really rough. As Hype already putting on a lot of pressure. Vital with the barrier down already. Like, even if it looks like a good angle, is never mind. We've got a bit of a fight here towards the bottom side. The Aftershock wears off there for Lehens, and he becomes so much squishier. Now Vital will be the target. That does allow Lehens to get himself out, but will Vital be as okay? And the answer is he needs his flash to do so. There's the fact that the Wukong is towards the top side, as now I've got the full zoom out. He throws up the thumbs up, thinking that even if there's a ward in that brush, he's going to be okay. The flash forward from Lehens, and the chain CC, the flash out from Polu though, is Gideon unable to interrupt any sort of crash down there. It felt like a very late flash if he wanted to do anything.
He kind of just wasted a good chunk of time moving down bot side, only to run back, and now...
Oh, Vital, oh dear. That's... Oh, he's moved out, never mind. Okay, Lehens is rotating over though. Polu is in a lot of trouble. He tries to get over and Calyx says no. Looks to try and get out, but the burn is going to tick down and Croco grabs that kill. A 1-for-1, but the Cyclone's now going to come in. There's the Glacial Prison, as now Vital stuck in a bit of a hole here as the threaded volley not really doing too much, and Closer doesn't have any mana at all. Still, the Equalizer goes down, and that is going to be a dead Varus. Lehens goes down as well, and it looked like things were kind of okay for Nong Shim, and then they absolutely weren't.
Do kind of push out and contest the vision.
Oh, Lehens has snuck into this position, though, as you can see.
He want to be here anymore.
They're going to have to go for... Oh, my God. He finds the max range hook now as Gideon's going to come in. Flashes forward. The Winter's Wrath comes down, but Morgan does manage to get the Equalizer off. A teleport coming in now for the Bros, as now Kingan's on the wrong side of it. And there goes Lehens. Closer turns up. It's all 5 members of the Bros, and they will be able to take out Kingan as well. A disaster for Nong Shim. It looked like maybe an angle had been found, but just not enough damage.
Not able to get the damage in time. Not able to connect enough onto Morgan to take him down. And ultimately, once again, it feels like Nong Shim are the ones starting to play. They think they found something.
Calyx?
But they don't bring enough resources. Like, the fight might have still gone wrong, but he should have just died.
Well, Kingan is gonna just die.
Yeah, that's what you... So, see Morgan, he put his damage into Kingan, and Kingan just died. That's kind of...
That might have been, like, a mistake.
Where they lack vision, it's so hard. And we will see that Herald come out mid. Gonna get the charge. Not quite enough to kill it, but it's gonna be so low. Will go down pretty easily afterwards. You can see Croc finishes it off.
The Trinity Force going to help out. Locking that one down, just gets in there, commits for it. Is now Kingan looking for a shock blast. We'll be able to find it there, but...
Oh, he's in trouble.
Oh, God, yeah, this is real bad. He's going to have to take the red carpet. Manages to flash over, so flash now on cooldown, but Kingan does survive. He's now looking for a bit of a reset play as Calyx. Possible wraparound angle, but they've got so much vision in this area. The Bros, now 50% health on this Dragon. Morgan looking for an angle, no Equalizer for the fighters. Now, Lehens looks to go in. Knockups are plenty here on the side of Nong Shim as Calyx is free hitting Emperor's Divide. Just hits Croco, but does do a lot of damage. And the Dragon will be secured. The Pros, very low health. Everyone flashes out of the pit. And they'll be fine. It's just highway robbery.
Owning Kingan, who's already half HP, so he's not there to help with the fight.
Yeah, let's just get just laughing at everyone. What the heck? Why are we standing on top of a ward very comfortably by the looks? He's going to be able to now clear it out as Lehens moving in. Even with the Frost Armor, Gideon is still going to explode. He just doesn't seem all that tanky as the Equalizer once again on cooldown to start this fight off, but there is no smite available for Nong Shim. And even though these this is kind of a good spot for Nong Shim, because all of the resistance is being shred. It means that this poke damage is going to be real. You can see already Vital getting to work. They take down Lehens. There's the curtains being called now as well, as it is Otacon secured the Emperor's Divide from beyond the grave as Vital just trying to do what he can. Kingan as well just doesn't have the damage. And Nong Shim, I think that was their last gasp, and it was just a mouthful of water. I think they're going to drown.
Gotta give credit to Bro. They really decisively made that play. The longer that took to go down, the more poke Nongshim could get. Oh, looking for Kingen.
Yeah, Kingen is going to be found here as now the flash forward from Vital. He wants to
heal.
kill Croco. He gets the heal back. And the hail of arrows is not enough to take down the monkey. Oh, man. The Bros just playing out of their minds here. They'll be able to take another outer turret.
Meta Pantheon, Xin Zhao, Wukong really rise up.
Delicious, delicious.
Absolutely. But moments like this, you can see that Bro just aren't even interested in doing the Baron.
Oh dear. Yeah, Croco just wants to kill Kingen, and by himself, he takes out half of his health bar. The equalizer comes in. That's going to finish it off.
Yep, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
released onto the map in a decent position. Kingen transitioning towards the top side does show that they might be onto something. They might be thinking the same way you are there, Orcs. Prioritizing this Baron to teleport in from the Talir as the engage onto Lehens is decent. He's going to have to flash away, throws down the anchor as the equalizer is going to be wandered through here by Gideon, but Lehens is going to be the target and he's taken down. Bro do invest a fair bit into taking down the support, but now they're looking to just grab themselves this Baron. There are control wards all over the place right now as Closer taking a fair bit of damage. There is the piercing arrow coming through, and this Baron is taking a long time to kill. Remember, this is a Jhin composition. They're not exactly the best at taking down Barons. The flash forward from Morgan, though, as out goes Calix. He's trying to survive. Gideon has a whole lot of tankiness, and it's Polu that just goes down. That's a good answer here for Nongshim, as once again, not pressing too far forward. Calix looking for an angle, and Croco is going to find him. Calix, you can't be flanking as an Azir into darkness.
and you know, this was actually a good angle for Nongshim. You could see how it started to go in their favor. I think Bro got a little bit overzealous.
Just no need. There's no need to do that. You don't need to go for those flank angles. It is going to give the soul over to the Bros. And you mentioned this already, you just used the Baron as a bait and switch, and that's exactly what the Bros did. Morgan lays down that red carpet. I think people are just dead.
Yeah, 100%. And now they are going to slowly try and approach towards Baron. You can see the vision very in favor of Nongshim. They'll let Polu face check.
Well, he is going to do that. He does take so much damage utilizing that aftershock. They kill him, but at what cost, ladies and gentlemen? It is support for support. But Gideon's also doing his very best to try and get himself out. The curtains get called, and Closer finds a rock to the back of the head there for Bristle and Twani. Croco does find Vital. There is the Cyclone onto both of them. He's going to go down to his GA, and then once again, Closer just throwing rocks all over the place. That's Morgan finding a harpoon towards his opposite number there as well, and now Croco going to be pushing towards the inner turret.
The Polu who had that Celestial opposition, making him very bulky against that burst.
As Calix, oh, there we go. Some bounty gold, boys and girls. There it is. And it means 0. It's an 11,000 gold lead. And the Bros, they've even got Weaver's Wall, right? They've got the most comfortable sieging at this stage of the game.
Yep. And the thing is, Bro just aren't hesitating. They're being quick. They know the only way Nongshim can find an advantage is they start to land consistent poke. Only Polu's been poked down. Everyone else is healthy. And they're just not giving any space for Nongshim to breathe or get set up.
Yeah, this is really, really rough. Vital does at least have his little shield, but they can't even move towards these siege minions to take them down. The Bros are able to stand so far forward to deny any sort of entrance. Gideon, he really wants to throw out that Glacial Prison, find an angle, but the equalizer doesn't really do too much. The Weaver's Wall does come down, though, as Closer moves himself out. Lehens realizing that they're going to have to go for something, but you can't really make something out of nothing. Nexus turret's going to be next to fall, and Nongshim just have no money. They have no chance. Kingen is looking to defect, and he's not even allowed to do that. He'll be taken down. On the Fountain is not even safe as the Nexus goes down, and the Bros move to 3 victories in a row. Points are very, very important between these teams, right? Nongshim is on right now +1. Well, actually right now 0. So Nongshim, KT, and DK are all on 0.
Yeah.
The game score is so tight between all these teams. So even if Nongshim come back and win this series 2-1, they could be kicking themselves for not taking this game.
And we are going to have a sub here for game number 2. Ju is coming back. And, you know, again, I don't think this is really Vital's individual issue, but maybe they want a little bit more experience with Ju coming back in here. So we'll have to see how this does work out.
And that's Camille. Okay.
Well, that is certainly a composition.
It is.
Now looking for a jungle pick for Croco in this situation. I feel like, honestly, it could be a decent Lilia angle. Might just look at the Neferi, though. In terms of tier list of junglers, it's pretty high up there.
Yep. Still wanting some damage from the jungle, and we'll be able to lock in the Neferi. So this is, I don't know, it looked great for Nong Shim as their first 2 picks were coming in, and then things went a little strange, right? We'll just have to see how it is going to work as Nong Shim on the blue side this time around, but it's still a weird draft. Let's get into it for game 2.
Croco's playing the Neferi, really strong skirmishing champion. You cannot skirmish into this Nong Shim composition very easily.
For a reset, only 5 CS behind is now Kingin setting up for something. There is a doggo making his way in towards his top side as Kingin finds the angle beautifully. Doesn't even need to flash as the doggo's the unfortunate dagger placement there from Croco, not going to crash, so it's not necessarily the case. Double knockup to come through here from Lehens, who might just be dead. He does get stunned up by the trample, and now Gio able to at least trade things back. But Lehens always playing on the edge.
Yeah, Polo actually played that so well.
Yeah, Croco just going to front flip out of the grand entrance. As that control ward will be eliminated. Some lower health bars here as the Arcane Storm comes down and Closer will get engaged on. It's a great gravity field as Polu getting amongst it. These health bars are going so low as Gio needs to get himself out of there. Lehens finds no one and out goes Calyx. They don't lose anyone, but Hype is going to find the kill on the jungler. That's first blood going over to the Ezreal. And Hype taking matters into his own hands. Maybe they'll need to move Gio into the area as okay. Calyx looking aggressive as he finds the ulti, gets the backflip as well. One more, and he will be able to get in that. As I was saying it, he just picks up the kill. The flash out from the ulti that wasn't going to hit. He just gives it to Hype because he deserves it. He's got himself his solo kill, and that is the answer. Nong Shim back on the board in a big way. I think the Rotax is still looking fine.
Yeah, no. Oh, Morgan.
Okay, Fate's Call going to come on through there as he does ult to make sure that he doesn't get CC'd, but I still think that as he gets corralled, he's still going to get taken down. Yet the sticks get ripped out. Where's that Brotax? Is now the engage onto Kingin, but he's hook shotting away, and he is absolutely fine. All over the wall, Gideon in position. Calyx moving forward. Croco going to get discovered here by Gideon. Or is it the other way around? As the quickness comes on through, they manage to CC Croco for so long, but he goes untargetable, gets over the wall, and the gravity well is so good here from Closer. Polu's will is unbreakable, but I don't know whether his body is, as he will be taken out. The True Shot Barrage, not enough to kill Calyx there, and now Gideon looking for even more. I don't know how that worked there for Calyx. And now he's looking for even more as Lehens gets on over.
Okay, Lehens is going for the Blood Song for Khan.
Okay.
Which, you know, it's not the first time we've seen it, but
it might be the first time we see it look good. As okay, Polo doesn't have ulti, so he's taking some real damage here.
The way I view it,
Feats of strength just needs to be a race towards that first turret. Bottom outer is looking low for the bros.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
What's up?
Max.
Yes.
We saw an item being built towards by Morgan. With a longsword in it.
Yes. Oh my goodness. This is actually kind of hype. You were talking about how broken this item is. As down goes Lehens. He's just dead. Not too much
Did
an
you
answer
think
there.
this would be the item? What it makes Sundered Sky overpowered? Give it a cool noise when you proc it.
Well, Kingin looking for a battle here, and Polo's going to say, we'll make it unfair. As he does have Hextech Ultimatum, it's just we don't really see the possibility of making that one happen. Still, Hookshot is broken, and so he does get himself out. May not save the turret, though, as we can see. 2 members up here. Hype now possibly in trouble as Gio going aggressive. Fate's Call going to get on in there as the double charm comes through. Gideon with a great follow-up onto Hype, and over the wall goes Gio, and they take down the Ezreal. Croco trying to keep them interested as the teleport does come in. Croco is untargetable, but then just dead. And bro, they're trying to salvage an already doomed situation, and it is not quite working. Closer gets knocked up, but Gio is going so low, the Ren doesn't quite work. He gets over the wall, he gets the kill, and now it's Gideon to take down Closer. He flashes so the gravity doesn't hurt him. Imagine it. All right, Morgan going for a little bit of a run here. And they're going to try and turn it into a potential engage. Calyx getting taken down relatively low, and they're looking for the turret first. They will be able to find it. Hextech Ultimatum. And Morgan, he doesn't like ultimatums. There are 4 people here. It's so unfair. And no real options, but as we said, it's an ultimatum. There is never really an option. It's not about that.
Question our Lord.
Exactly. Okay, special delivery here as the Hextech Ultimatum comes in. Lehens was in position, and Kingan's now trying to escape, and he may just do that. Morgan looking to come on over. He flashes after Kingan and finds the Q, but he's super far up now, and Polu is in danger on the back end. Calyx going ridiculous mode, but isn't going to be able to find too much. Still, they manage to take down the cow, and Closer goes in. And so does Hype. He's able to take down the Akali, but at what cost? Gio is just throwing sticks into everyone and ripping them out. That's a double kill for the Kalista, and they just kind of forgot about him.
And now the thing is, they're looking towards his Baron. Closer doesn't have a stasis anymore. The Seeker's Arm God is broken. Croco doesn't have flash.
Yeah, Calyx hunting for a bit of an angle here as Croco going to be discovered on a control ward. In goes Lehens, finds the triple knockup as the Hextech Ultimatum comes down as well. Croco just not allowed into this pit as Calyx is going to find him, and then he gets distracted by a low Ezreal. It's a double kill. Both of the carries eliminated by the young mid laner of Nong Shim. Bro will be taken down. Morgan is going to be able to kill a control ward, but that is all they can get, and Nong Shim, it took him a little bit of time to wake up, but wake up they did. An incredible game thus far. And I wonder what the Wadid TV is going to tell us about this one, as so many of his plays were so pivotal. There's the knock-up on Apollo, who also wasn't playing too badly, but Nong Shim able to follow up just gorgeously on what Lehens has been able to put down. 5-1 and 5 for Calyx as well, a return to form for him, as the Nexus goes down and we got a 3-gamer on our hands. Champion pool, and maybe the bros are going to be stretched a little bit thinner.
Yeah, Camille now 7-0.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts,
so far. Getting a lot of value in these fights. And Closer doing a lot of damage, but just not quite enough. I felt like this game meandered a little bit for a time, and then just Nong Shim twisted a knife.
Yep, and Lehens always there, starting up the fights. It's really great when he just...
Not feeling so positive about this one. Because I feel like, you know, there's this ability that Jax has. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Counter-Strike.
I have heard of it.
Aatrox does not have Counter-Strike.
Oh. Well, Senna doesn't have Counter-Strike either. That is going to be the choice here for Gio. Alongside the Leona, we've seen farming Senna really launch into the spotlight here. As Edgar looking real happy as far as getting up there is concerned. But every win is important. Let's dive into the Rift here for the deciding game between Nong Shim and Bro. Going to be doing a whole lot of work, and the Misfortune pretty good in the early stages of the game, so I'm expecting Bro to have a bit of prio here towards the bottom side, even if top side of the map not going to be somewhere where priority is going to be easy.
I like the thing with the Senna. Oh
dear. Well, let's see whether this spear is going to connect as he waits for the watch out. Eep. Is he just going to go in and steal it away? Spear is going to miss, so yeah. He is just going to try and take his stuff. He doesn't really care about killing Bambi. He just wants to make her have a rough time. Not going to actually work out here, though, as Closer down relatively low, and Polu in position early. There's the flash forward from Croco as Calyx. He avoids the ult from Closer, but he's still just dead. First blood going over to the Yone. And the Corki just caught out of position. Kingan, not interested. Starting to be able to stand his ground and get some work done here, as he has a couple of long swords in his pocket. Gideon wants these grubs. Should be able to get all of them. Morgan coming on over. And we'll try to convince him to leave. And Gideon's like, nah, not really convinced. So he's gonna... Yeah, and not even really one... Oh, there's the flash over. It's the flash out from Calyx. He just found the angle.
Yep.
And so Closer looks a little bit silly in the end. Much of an option there outside of call the rest of your mates. And they know that one as well, as Polo getting taken down so low. He'll be killed. Calyx gonna grab that one for himself, and now Morgan knows that he's even more in danger. As Gideon hasn't quite found the spear angle. Dominus popped already. As Kingan just looking to clear out this wave. They don't need to kill him to deny Morgan a bunch of stuff. As they will probably still kill him though, if they're given the opportunity. Still flash out from Kingan, flash out from Gideon as well, as Croco shows up. Great.
This passage of play, I think, started really smart from the... Oh, Croco.
Okay, watch out. As all right, Lehens, 50% health on him now, as Gideon can actually heal him up. He gets out of the bullet time, has another Eclipse, And there is the sleep onto Gideon. Croco is going to sacrifice himself for it, and Kingen getting the kill is probably bad news, but he gets 2 for his trouble. There is the knock-up as Kingen will just get shot in the back of the head by Hype. Didn't understand it day one, and still don't understand it whatever day this is. So much. Like, you know, I get the gist. So does Closer. The gist is he's dead. Doesn't have his teleport, actually. Very recently used it. And it could mean that Nong Shim not going to be able to fight for this Rift Herald, although Gideon trying to get himself in position. There's the ultimate going wide from Polo, but still, they're able to secure it. Very nicely done here for Bro, keeping the pressure up, keeping the gold lead. As much nothing as it used to.
I don't think they buffed him that recently.
Yeah, right. I didn't really see it. But that is still going to be feats of strength going over to Bro, but maybe it's going to be a team fight victory here for Nong Shim. However, Bros are able to get themselves out of the way. Bowling Ball will be avoided. It does. Kind of weird that that's the case, but I guess it makes sense. The Solar Flare going to slow down Polu, trying to reposition here as we can see the knock-up as Kingen in the bounce house. He's now going to get sleepy as into the back line they go. The Dawning Shadow trying to keep them alive as Morgan is massive, but he needs to be able to hit things to get that health back. As both top laners are dead, it's a relatively even trade as Closer trying to get in there. Lahen's going to use him as a taxi to get through, and Gideon, he doesn't find the spear. Polu able to get himself out as Closer is just going to kill him. The spear goes wide, and why is every team ever just baited by Poppy all the time?
He like an Amumu as well.
Exactly. I mean, everyone knows the Amumu tech.
Yeah.
As Kingen is very well aware that he's not dead.
Maybe stick a Malphite in too. Yasuo mid, you know?
Teleport at the ready for Calyx and Morgan, but Morgan needs to recharge that health bar before he gets back. And then the teleport is going to come on through from Calyx. That'll get him towards his top lane. Polo and Croco in the area. Jiu just trying to push them away. And it looks like a turn is being considered here from Nong Shim. Great knock up there from Closer as Kingen's health bar getting lower. Out goes the center now, but she has the Dawning Shadow, and the Poppy does go down this time. They are just going to burst through the Otacon. There is the secure by Gideon. Lahens doesn't find the Zenith Blade, but neither is there the knock-up from Closer, and over the wall they go. The Lord will be smote down where he stands. There is the bullet time, but Lahens is there to stop it. And Hype, he gets a tiny bit of dopamine, and then it's just torn away from him. Closer now, he will also get engaged on by Lahens with 100 health, but he has Eclipse, and so of course he's never going to die. And this time, Nong Shim destroy the team fight.
To get a lot of mileage out of that range.
Yeah.
He's approaching the Rapid Fire Cannon as well. There's so much poke on Nong Shim.
And their composition will get more and more dangerous. As you can see here, my God, Croco just gets obliterated. There's nothing he can do. Now Polu trying to get himself out of the way. And in the meantime, Nong Shim have more health and shields because Dawning Shadow is going to rain down on top. And Nong Shim are just not going to stop. They're going to take this inner turret at the same time. Hype has no right walking up here to try and deny this.
They are looking to connect now on a Kingen.
Yeah, Kingen just wants to hold this wave away from the turret so he doesn't get dove, and he may not get dove, he may just get killed instead, but Dawning Shadow is looking to try and save his life. Polu can't really tank this forever, but is able to tank it for long enough, and Croco blocks down the kill. The answering turret is going to go down, though, towards the top side of the map, and Nong Shim, I think, monetarily do come out on top.
Item up currently on Hype, who did go for the boot upgrade.
Calyx has been missed by everything thus far. Flashes over, breaks the chains. Watch out, Eve. Croco will hit a button as he finally lands a Q. And that was all he needed to get the kill onto the Corki. In the meantime, they may lose Baron.
Yeah, this isn't a good trade for Bro.
That's if this Baron does go down, as they're looking to go for the turn. In goes Lahen. Solar Flare not really going to find it, as Nong Shim staying on this Baron for now. The Lilia getting closer and closer. This is scary. Closer looking for that angle down to 3K. Croco getting in there. The bullet time not really doing too much of anything. And that is somehow the Renekton taking this Baron. That was more of a risk than you needed to take, Nong Shim. And Lahens, he's on walkabout, as we say in Australia. We'll see what he can find. He finds a steadfast presence represented by a Poppy and will be eliminated. Big deal here, because Jiu can shoot him and he can't shoot Jiu. As that's a teleport in from Morgan. The Lord has decreed that we be fighting now. And I don't know whether it's really a good idea, Morgan, to be perfectly honest. Maybe it's something we should probably just not do, as a spear is going to come on through here and Kingen's like, okay, I guess I'll win.
They are looking towards the Baron though. They're trying to duo it, which is They feel very confident with their level of vision, which, as we can see, is very clear. But Nong Shim seem to be getting a sniff of something. They haven't seen the Yone.
Oh my god, Jiu's just kiting them. This whole time, they cannot get on top of him. The flash forward as Jiu's gonna get taken down. It takes everything from the Bros, but they get rid of the center. Now Kingen could be in trouble. He's getting sleepy, but this dominant damage, ladies and gentlemen! And the Baron will be secured. Look at that, we pop into the pit, it's gone. Even the observers are like, wait, where did it go?
Croco held his sleep. He was like, I don't need this. We can kill him. No, you can't. Not that quick.
Definitely gone. As lands immortal once again, but there's not very much follow-up as the phosphorus bomb comes down. Nong Shim, this might be a little bit of an overreach as they do manage to take down the Aatrox. Gideon goes golden, and Calix is doing so much DPS. Down goes Closer. That's going to be the ace. Just one lone kitty cat left alive.
Calix is able to get up here.
3 this whole time.
The Gatling gun is just doing so much.
Yeah. Oh! Yeah, Calix really wanted the heal, but also he did just kind of kill everyone. As, yeah, Dagon is a little bit stressed. I don't know where he's going.
He's leaving Seoul because bro are losing?
Yeah, perhaps.
Come on, Dagon. Keep it together.
Well, maybe you can't actually pay your bro tax when you're in a cab. And Nong Shim just really limiting the options here of the Bros. As these rockets, man, it's looking ridiculous. The sleep is going to come in, the bullet time not quite working, and in fact, the ulti from Closer pulls Gideon out of it. That's not what you want to see. Morgan gets into the backline, but it's Kingen. It's Kingen, ladies and gentlemen, the world champ. Difference here as he flashes forward. It's a triple. Is that a quadra? No, it's a snipe away from Gideon. And Nong Shim keeping the conversation alive about that legend group, the Noodles, looking absolutely fantastic as they take this game. We do have to remember, game 1 existed, but they really did bounce back very well as they take down the Nexus here. And Jiu looking like he might be a step up over Vital. Side, great to see them get back on the horses. Unfortunately for the Bro fans, just not enough Bro tax. I know the influx at the beginning is always there. Just got to make sure that we keep it up and it'll be okay. I know it's not about you guys in Twitch chat. It's more about Dagon getting into a cab instead of focusing on paying his bro tax.
Yeah, what did he mean by this?
I don't know. And why did he like give it all away to everyone as well? I feel like he's being a bad influence. Okay, well, it was apparently he went to gym to be a gig Chad for the Bros, is what G-Sun said. As Calix going to pick up the POM. I think Lehen's a little bit robbed for this one, but Calix still having a great game on the Akali and was a real difference maker on the Corki as well.
Yeah, I think...
Thank you very much, guys. This is G-Sun for the POM interview translation, joined by Calix on the side of Nong Shim Red Force. Congratulations. This victory means a lot to Nong Shim. You have secured a spot on the road to MSI. And you have also taken a lead in the mid-tier battle. How do you feel? Indeed, this match was not just about the road to MSI qualification, but also about the whether we're going to land on the Legend side or the Rise side. I'm very glad that we got a precious win today. After a tough loss in Game 1, Jiu subbed in. What kind of direction did the team set going into the next game? With Vital on the lineup, we still had to work on some of the teamworks and synergies, so we wanted to go back to the Jiu on the bot lane. And Jiu also reassured that let's play out with our confidence as we normally do. Well, in Game 2, Akali was able to solo kill Victor, which is not an easy thing to happen in this matchup. How did you see this angle? Our comp had to keep making stuff happen, you know. We had to make actions in order to accelerate. And then I noticed Victor was pushing a little bit forward, so I went in for the play. play.
올라가는 게 느껴졌습니다. 2세트의 조합도 참 신선했는데요.
We had a very fresh draft in game 2, just like you mentioned. Camille top, Akali mid. Could you walk us through that comp?
이제 뱀픽할 때는 아리 얘기가 좀 나왔는데
We did mention Ari during the drafting, but I was very vocal about locking in Akali, you know. And then the rest of our players and coaches had trust in me and let me play that Akali.
농심을 믿는 팬들을 믿으면서 자신감 있게 플레이해 주신 것 같습니다. 마지막 3세트
And in the final game 3,
마지막에
we had another
오른을
interesting
레넥톤을 가져오는 판단이
drafting from
있었습니다.
Nongshim. You
어떤
guys spanned
전략이었을까요?
Ornn and picked Renekton at the last moment. What was the thought process behind that? Opponent already had Yone, and I think Renekton is a very good pick
그렇다면
that
작은
counters
코르키
Yone.
역할을
And then
중요했던
without
3세트였는데요.
Ornn, I thought we would be
기분
able
정말
to have a very
세더라고요.
comfortable
요즘
game.
메타에서 코르키가 잘 안 나오기는 했었거든요. 어떤 조합에
And you had a
강점을 보고
phenomenal
플레이하셨던 걸까요?
performance on Corki, which is not a meta pick right now. What was the reason behind that pick? Well, overall, we thought we had a longer range into the opponent's comp, so we knew that we could play out the game by poking the opponents using or taking advantage of our long range.
선수들 입장에서도 힘들었을 것 같은데 3세트 어떠셨어요?
Game 3 was so intense. How was it for you? Because we had such a good late game value, we knew that as long as we don't get like destroyed early on, we would be able to have a lead for sure. But somehow the game was going back and forth. But in the end, we managed to get the win, so I'm pretty relieved.
KT와 디플러스 기아 이렇게 두 팀과
You are in a
치열한
tight
중위권 싸움을 하고
race with
계신데요.
KT and D plus
농심의
Kia for
다음
the
상대는 T1입니다.
middle table
다음
of the
경기가
LCK. Your next
각오를
opponent is T1, and this is a must-win match for you guys. What is your mindset going into that match? My first match in the LCK was up against T1 as well, and I believe we were so close to winning that one. I think it was all about our, early teamwork issue. So this time around, we will be able to get a win for sure. I really wish so. Lastly, before I go, I would like to say to my fans that I really appreciate all the support throughout, our slumps and our, win streaks. So I'm very grateful. Thank you, everyone. And this will be the end of the colleagues interview, and back to the space. Thank you.